Well, welcome back to Real Talk. A real talk that's so overdue and so needed that I couldn't begin to even tell you. A lot of people wonder when I do these why I do them. And a lot of the times I like to remind people that I moved away from my friends, my family, everything I knew to come down here to Disney World, not just because I love Disney World, which I do. I'm here all the time, enjoying it with my eyes and my ears. But because I found something greater, bigger, purpose-wise when I made that move. All of a sudden, I was getting letters and things from people saying, on my father's deathbed, we watched some of your vlogs, Tom. People jumping under ropes to take pictures. Before I just started filming this, I just ran into parents and their kid from the UK who said, "Why aren't you the guy that used to live stream all the time?" And the son said to me, "Yeah, I really liked watching you because I watched a lot of other people, but you kept it real." My favorite compliment. For years, I kept it real. I haven't really kept it real over the past year, I don't think, comparatively to that, compared to who I was. Because there's been this giant elephant in the room, this constant thing that has needed to be addressed, that has never been addressed, and today is the time it's going to be addressed. We're going to put a final nail into this proverbial coffin that I've spent 8-9 months now putting nails into, and we're going to move forward together. Give me 10-15 minutes, and by the end of this, maybe you'll understand a little bit more of where I've been at, what happened to the channel, what happened to me, and where we are going. So let's start right off the rip. Let's go back to this whole thing about purpose, needing purpose. A couple years ago, 3 years ago now, I, after a tremendous, tumultuous, drama-filled event with my ex, Linda, who has since been run out of the state of Florida because of her karma, who she is, what she's tried to do to people. And because of that person, I had to go through so much stuff, which all led me to a place of wanting to kind of be alone, figuring out my life. Well, in the middle of all that, I started getting messages from Jenna. I didn't know Jenna at the time. It was obvious that, she was just begging me to be together, begging me. When plans fell apart, she took her first plane ride in 10 years, terrified just to come up here and spend time with me. At the time, I was in the middle of doing the 1,000 days, which again, I just got to hear really nice compliments about the 1,000 days and how people truly enjoyed them, helped them get through COVID, blah, blah, blah. A greater purpose. Well, in the midst of me doing this greater purpose, when I get to the end of this 1,000 days, I've picked up a girlfriend along the way who I'm having a great time with all the time, who tells me that I'm the best thing ever, and it's not about Disney, it's about me, and things that you want to hear, things that make you feel good as a person, right? That's nice. My greater purpose kind of started to shift because there was a family life here, maybe. Jenna and her son and I have become incredibly close over the past 3 years. We've got a super good bond. There was a lot to unpackage there, and I thought to myself, maybe instead of continuing down the YouTube path, when I'm done with this 1,000 days, I will start to focus on more of a greater purpose, family style, whatever. Flash forward. lots of bad things happen. Jenna moves up here. Her ex gets custody of her son in a majority fashion. She starts to become a completely different person, which gets us to a night where she's living in my house and I'm at Disney Springs, and I get some text from her that is obviously meant for somebody else. Not good. Come to find out that that person is yet again this guy who's been in the DMs of every girl I've ever talked to down here, Adam the Woo. And I have to hear about how she met him at Epcot and now she's like in love with him. And in my head, all I could think of was like, what, you didn't know about his YouTube channel? You couldn't have barked up his tree? You could have just saved me from all this? So it was all talk, it seemed, at first. And then things really started to implode between her and I. There's now mentions constantly of all these guys. She's got endless options. Flash forward to last year, this time of year, my birthday season, things have completely hit the fan. My life seems like it's more upside down than it's ever been in its life. I'm getting things stolen out of my own room, having to put locks on my own door on my own birthday. And now we're in Christmas season, and this is where I think this is where the elephant in the room really needs to be addressed. I wasn't really getting along, as you guys know, with Jenna at the time, and she asked me at one point to go pin hunting with her one night, and I do, even though I don't really want to. And I come to find out that like Jenna has been talking to regularly and like FaceTiming and stuff this guy Ben, who had like shared my public conversations that he and I had threatened me like about if he saw me in the park and stuff. I'm seeing her getting texts and calls from this guy, which obviously sent me up the wall. I started calling her out about it. Next thing you know, people that Ben has done wrong, including like the Go Pin girls and tons of vendors and things that all hate Ben, are all now telling me, oh, well, you know, what's up? Ben and Jenna. Now it's Ben and Jenna. Now it's Ben and it's Adam and Jenna. It's so much nonsense. Our relationship completely breaks down on the backside of all of this stuff. As you all know, jail time for both of us. Flash forward to, oh no, actually there's no case because nobody should have been arrested in the first place. And it's a week later and I'm getting calls like, oh hey, you know, can I come get my stuff? Yeah, of course you can. And in the midst of getting the stuff, it's like, oh, well, could I leave like half of it here? And like, do you want to go out to Disney Springs and get some food? And I'm like, no, because that would be like embarrassing to like, but you know what? I swallowed my pride and I thought to myself, like, let's just see if this can work. So for like a month and a half after all that, I don't know, I mean, Jenna and I are going out to dinners, we're intimate, we're all the things that we haven't been in forever, and we're all just gravy getting along. Until she wants to, again, one night, say some nasty stuff, where now she has to move the rest of her stuff out of my house, and I'm basically like, I want to move on. And I do. I blocked Jenna's numbers, I blocked her Instagram, I said this is over. I'm gonna get my life back together because I've lost friendships, my taxes are behind on my house, I need a new dryer, I need to pay my bills, my life is a mess because of this girl. And I did it. I got the taxes paid. I got the axles done on the car. I got a new dryer. I'm paying I'm getting everything done. Feeling good. Really good about life. I get another random message because there's one last thing that's at my house. This little, hey, can I come get this last thing? I said, I don't really want you to even come to my house. I'll meet you at Springs or something. Oh, you're ridiculous, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I'm just coming to get it. Which again turns into, oh, you want to hang out? Oh, you want to do this? Which I'm like, no, not really. Not as much. She gets some Halloween party ticket. Doesn't even want to stay there. Oh, calls me. Oh, can I come hang out at the house like while I wait for this and that? I was really getting sick of it. And then one night, I get this booty call. Like 3 months ago, I get this booty call. Oh, hey, yeah, you want to just like hook up? I'm like, honestly, no, like, get a life. And I don't think I've ever said 2 words to somebody that changed and got and messed them up more than those 2 words I've ever said to anybody. Because apparently what Jenna got out of that was, when I said get a life, was flash forward. Again, that was 3 months ago. Flash forward to a couple weeks ago, where all of a sudden I'm hearing rumors that Jenna is dating all kinds of guys, that this, that, and the third, hearing all this terrible stuff. And I decide after 2 months, I'm gonna unblock her number. I'm gonna try to get back in touch with her, because honestly, it's that time in my life to figure out what to do here. Do I keep doing this tap dance? Do we let this elephant stay in the room, continue to dictate a little bit of my life? And I needed to find out the answer. I needed to know whether it was yes or no. Because if Jenna's hanging out with Adam, and obviously if Jenna is best friends with Ben and hanging out with Ben, if she's dating these guys, being intimate with these guys, there's no place for me with all that. I got way too many options in my life, and my life is too dope. I don't need it. But I do respect the established relationship. Come to find out, this is all true. Jenna hangs out with Ben all the time, is helping him at his spite pin shop that he opened up just to spite the girls. Helping him with that. Bad reputation on everybody. Nobody likes any of them. All scumbag traders, according to everybody that does this. I fall for this bait of not getting told the truth right away, and I decide that on my birthday, which is like a week and a half ago, that I'm gonna hang out with Jenna. I want to talk to her. I want to figure all this out, these rumors, all this stuff. Is any of it true? We go, we have a nice night at Animal Kingdom. Literally 3 days later, she's ignoring me completely again, and I find out that she's hanging out with Adam. So that's the end of it. Jenna we're done, y'all. This is a closing of this chapter. There's been an elephant in the room that has been acknowledged, ignored, but it's been in the room. And now, whenever y'all come into the chat, whenever you send me comments, whenever you send me messages in real life, on the internet, whenever you see me, I already know. I know Jenna's a piece of shit. I know that she's chosen to be best friends and date these guys that, I mean, she could have been friends with anybody. Chose to be this nasty person. And it breaks my heart. I'm mad, I'm sad. I don't know really in a lot of ways like what to do with it. I wanna just be like, I just wanna go scorched earth, but I'm just not there anymore. Where I'm at is I want everybody to be able to see this, understand the process of what this was all like, know that this girl who chose to uproot her life and come here to where I have established this is where my whole life is going to be, just to become so close with these people who, again, ruined a relationship, who are not good people by their reputation. And to some degree, I feel responsible. But you can't save everybody from themselves. You can't save everybody from ass reputations. There ain't no other Disney girl in the whole community that if you put their name into YouTube, it's like, oh yeah, this girl's a two-time and whatever, with her hoary looking filtered up pictures and this constant, like, it just makes me so sad. And so I'm gonna deal with that sadness. Today is day one. We literally had our last conversation, most likely ever, yesterday. And I'm gonna be fine with it. But I'm also super pissed that, you know, to have been I don't want to get emotional. I've done a good job just plowing through this. So maybe it's time to just end it. But I'm hurt. And and this is the last step in getting back to just being me. Getting the air cleared up. And acknowledging what it is. When I go to these events, when I see these people and I hear these nasty things and everybody says, man, you know, this is what happened to Jenna, I have to just say, yep, not only do I know it, but she loves it. If you were to talk to her about it, she's super happy this is what her life has become. And when somebody's super happy that that's how their life has become, it's just another indication that I have made a tremendous amount of mistakes. I've wasted a tremendous amount of effort and given a undeserved part of myself to one of the fakest, nastiest people I've ever met. And this video will stay up for a couple weeks so that people can see it. They can understand that I already know all this shit, and I know it better probably than half the rumors. And believe me, I'm not waking up every day trying to find out anymore. I could just get on with my life like I was trying to do. Not my fault that of all the people in the world that Jenna could have gotten together with, she chose all these people that would create the most rumor and drama. Not my fault. Nothing I can do about it. Wish none of it had gotten back to me. Wish I could have just kept plowing forward. But in some ways, maybe that had kept me right at the house where I was, playing video games and just trying to think about it. When the reality is that my job is to be out here like I was last night at Moonlight Magic, streaming, enjoying my life, having these moments of just utter disbelief. Because whether you realize it or not, I do love it here. And this is where I belong. And although I've had a lot of fake people in my life since I moved here, I've got friends of 25, 30 years back home that I can talk to any day of the week. I've got amazing people that I've met through the chat down here. Amazing, true friends, and you know who you are, those people. That's it. Thanks for giving me a little bit of time. If this seems drama-filled to you, if it doesn't make sense to you, it doesn't have to. You don't have to like me. You don't have to understand. This is for the people that do. Real talk in the bag. You won't see another one of these for a long time. Back to regularly scheduled programming. See ya in the parks. Live. and free.